intense in terms of smell that you're almost like, this is fake.
Yeah.
So, yeah, not too intense.
All right. So let me give you a little sample, right? So the good thing about Norm is that a little goes a long way. And this can moisturize your entire hand.
Really?
Hi everyone, welcome to another series of Get Ready with Norm show. We have today our lovely guest, Andrea, who will be here to tell us a little bit more about herself and give us some tips in skincare so that hopefully you all can have some of the best to-dos and know how to do's when you're looking for your new skincare product. And hopefully she can share some light on talking about our Norm product, as we'd love to have her feedback live, right? So if you like our content, like what we're doing, just like our page and subscribe, and stay tuned to all the gems that Andrea is gonna give us today. So Andrea, would you like to introduce yourself to the audience and let them know who you are?
Sure. My name is Andrea. I am the founder of Toronto Dating Hub as well as Toronto Event Hub. So I love doing events. I'm an event extraordinaire, I guess I'd like to call myself. So I plan singles events, professional networking events, game night socials, all kinds of events. And I'm like your modern day Hitch. So I actually coach different singles on how to be more dateable and actually find love.
What? So tell me about that. So what made you, naturally I would guess that being in that space, you had experience in dating, so that's why you're able to coach them on how to date. So tell us a little bit more about that.
All right, this is quite interesting. It might take the, audience away from what you're trying to do, but my story I like to tell people, during the pandemic, I was laid off. The boyfriend at the time broke up with me, and then my family was like, you don't live with us, you're not in our bubble, so you can't see us. So like 3 pillars of your life just kind of came crashing down. And I've been on and off single for so long that I was like, oh my gosh, what should I do? So I took all that negative energy and the mishaps and poured it into helping the singles community. And my experience, I think I went on like 1,000 dates in my lifetime.
1,000 dates?
Yes, and I've been on all the apps, tried the singles events, all that, pre-pandemic. And so I definitely know a thing or two about what singles can do better and the trends and the insights.
Yeah.
Compared to perhaps other dating coaches who are happily married for 10 years. And I'm like, what do they know about online dating these days and all that?
Yeah.
Unless they're doing it with their spouse's approval to go on the apps and all that. But I know a thing or two about dating.
All right, that makes sense, right? So, in the sense of how you got into this space is you had a personal problem that you wanted to solve for other people that are like-minded.
Yeah, and all those insights, like how do I share that knowledge and help people along the way? Because I could go on and on about the struggles of Toronto dating and what people are saying about apps and all that. So don't get me started. I can.
So just give us one gem. Like what is one common struggle that
everyone complains about dating apps, right? Number one complaint, right? Like apps don't work. They don't work for me. I've tried everything. And when I really get into talking to these clients, I really compare, when you're trying to find a partner and you're using apps, like job hunting, right? Your dating profile is like your resume and cover letter. So when people don't have good photos or they have no words written, that's like saying when you go job hunting, would you have a blank resume? Would you have spelling errors in your resume? It makes no sense. How would you get that dream job with that? So when you look at the dating profiles, if you have a crappy dating profile and you think putting that forward is going to get you all these hotties or like these great partners, not happening, right? When I say that to clients who are like mind blown of like, wow, that was such a simple concept. Why didn't I think of that?
Yeah, that makes sense. That completely makes sense. And if you want to get tips on how to date, like Andrea is your person, right? So tell us a little bit more about like what team are you repping today? What's your background?
I'm Chinese.
Okay, so Team China.
Yes.
All right, cool. And like, what are some things that you like doing? Like hobbies, interests, like
Besides helping singles out.
yeah,
Event planning. Honestly, like I talk about work a lot, but honestly, when work is something you're passionate about, it is something I love doing. But fine. Besides that, I love to dance. So I've taken ballet, hip hop. Was on competitive teams, growing up. I still perform. I've been on TV before.
yeah,
Performed with, Hong Kong celebrities.
yeah.
And but now I've really picked up like Latin dancing, so bachata and salsa. I just love doing that. I'm actually just about to do another event next week. I did one yesterday for dancing, so definitely really love dancing.
Okay, so definitely love dancing. Love the whole social platform. I would say. So,
Yeah.
is there anything that you would do on your downtime? Like, are you like a baker, a cooker? Like, is there anything like that?
What dancing's not good enough for you?
Well, I'm saying dancing is
Okay.
good.
No. Honestly, like between all like, the jobs, the businesses,
Yeah.
dancing. I mean, I do volunteer as well. So
Yeah.
I've been volunteering for 2 different charity organizations for over 10 years now. So, and I help my alma mater. I still like volunteer and try to mentor students. So between all that and try to go out. So again, when I do events and I'm always networking and socializing as part of the job, to be honest, that kind of flows into like my downtime, hanging out with people, going out, checking out the newest restaurants, what's good to eat.
Yeah.
That's all. So I'm definitely an extrovert, definitely a social butterfly. So
So you're outside, is what you're saying.
maybe not like outdoors all the time, but definitely out and about. Like if you want to know what's happening in the city and what's going on, or you're bored, let's talk. And again, that's actually ties into about singles, right? When they're like, I don't have a lot of friends, I just moved to Toronto, or I don't really know anyone, my family's back home, like all that stuff. And that's actually part of what if someone complains that Toronto there's nothing to do, or Scarborough, whatever city you are in the GTA, there is so much to do.
Yeah, you just have to keep yourself busy, keep yourself occupied, right? So, since you're always outside, right, as we say, right, you have to like talk to us about the skincare, because you have to get ready to be outside. And today we're getting ready with Norm, right? So let's talk a little bit more about in the skincare industry. Like, I would say, is there any challenges that you face currently in the skincare industry?
Like for my skincare routine kind of thing?
Yeah, just in general. Like, I'm guessing, do you have a skincare routine?
It's a pretty sad one.
It's a sad
pretty
one.
sad one.
Right,
I think I maybe represent. I feel like I'm not the typical, lady out there in terms of having this like button down 3-step, 5-step program.
Yeah.
We are taught that. We learned that. I'm sure, especially like I've definitely sat in a lot of those like beauty sessions, beauty networking, or sign up for this free session at the beauty counter. Come on, women, we love free stuff. Come on, we're gonna go eat that up.
Yeah.
And go, and you learn about like you gotta start with the cleanser, the toner, and then the moisturizer, and then at nighttime put the serum on, and then the night cream, and then like I represent the entrepreneur life.
Yeah.
I just told you all the things that I do.
Yeah.
I sleep anywhere from 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. and maybe gotta get up at 7 a.m. again.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. Sometimes I fall asleep with my makeup on.
Yeah.
I know. Right? Scary. The skincare people are gonna be like, oh my gosh, no wonder. But I'm like, but hey, maybe it's the Asian genes. But they're like, when people, we're not gonna talk about my age, but when people are like, how old are you? Like, and when I dance and when I do these events, when I tell them or they guess my age, they never know. So I'm like, thank you, mom and dad, for my genes.
Yeah.
But for what I do with my skin, like, I'm gonna ride this out as much as I can on how I look.
Yeah.
But the skincare routine is not really happening.
Yeah.
And sleeping in my makeup, I know, is terrible. But yeah, so I mean, I guess back to your question, sorry, was, what is a challenge would be, can we simplify it? Like, is there a magic product that's like just one step,
Yeah.
not this 3, 5, 10 step thing where I gotta remember what this thing and then like that thing and then I don't have time. Can I just slap this on and just go to bed?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, can it be a makeup remover and a thing in one that can do all that? I
Yeah.
wish there was a product.
Yeah.
Right? Just like I wish there was a pill to just make me like not hungry anymore, so I
Yeah,
don't have to
yeah,
like
yeah.
take time and you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Magical things, but yeah, sadly that's that concern or that's the challenge where a lot of these skincare routines have so many steps, and when you're really busy, you want to care for your skin. It just seems really difficult.
So, yeah, definitely in terms of the different steps that you might have in the skincare routine, yeah, it can be challenging if you have to find a lot, right? Like a lot of different products to do different things. So, the first thing that I want to know is I want you to walk us through your skincare journey, right? So whenever you're getting up to
Get ready.
Yeah, get ready, right? I want you to let us know, like, what does that look like if I was supposed to look through your lens?
Right. On a day that I'm actually going through the whole
Yeah,
thing.
let's say that. All right, let's give one scenario we're gonna talk about first is like a formal event. Let's say you're going to a formal event, and you want to make sure that you're on point, right?
Right.
So, what does that look like?
Okay, well, you wash your face yeah, with water, right? I have my
Just
cleanser.
water? Not a little acid
Water
on the
first
side?
to like, it's kind of like when before you jump in the pool, you're supposed to like shower and wet yourself. So I wet my face first. I put on the cleanser that I have, and then
What cleanser is that?
it's very sad. I don't even know the brand name. Some Asian brand that I got from one time at the spa.
Okay.
And they coaxed me into taking their product, but I did like it because it's very smooth feeling to the skin, but also like once you so I have combination, but like more on the dry side and very sensitive, so I can't use any products with alcohol because it literally like feels like I'm putting acid on my face. So it can't have anything alcoholic. So because I can feel that on my skin, so it has to be like pretty natural and like feels nice. So I use that cleanser, and then wash that off, and then I have like a toner. Don't know the brand. Don't know the brand. I'm someone who doesn't follow like like this product, the 1, 2, 3, 4 product, the line. Like no, it's whatever at the time that I had recently purchased that's still like there, and use it till it dies, like empties, that kind of thing. So I don't match. My shampoo and conditioner, same thing. I don't really mix it. Like I mix and match. Like it's terrible. I know, but I'm being real.
Yeah.
So the cleanser, wash that off, toner, and then the moisturizer, and then start to do my makeup.
Okay. So so you pretty much prep the skin
Correct.
for the makeup, right?
Yeah.
And then that's it. That's the routine.
For the skincare before the makeup stuff, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Because we're not going to talk about the makeup.
No.
Right?
I mean, unless you want to. But yeah, the main thing is, especially like women before our makeup, if your skin, for example, I'm on the dry side, if it's like flaky or like it's just not smooth, if you don't take care of that, I mean, when you put on your makeup, you're basically caking on layers just to hide bad skin.
Yeah.
So I do enough to like try and make sure my skin is good. Otherwise, the makeup I don't want to put layers and layers of makeup on.
So is the product, when you're using the product, is it a lot of product that you're applying on yourself?
In terms of skincare or makeup?
Skincare.
No, it's not like I said. I just shared the 3 steps that I do.
Yeah.
And the moisturizer for me is the main part. And I always try to use a moisturizer that has like SPF 15. The same with like my foundation, because being Asian, light skin, and it runs in my family that we get freckles. So, and again, being busy, I don't always think I'm gonna put on sunscreen before I go out. And a lot of people only think of it during the summer when it's like, it's hot. We only put on sunscreen when we go on vacation or go outside. It's like, so when I know, especially being busy and I don't want to put on like, remember the 10-step thing, I always want to make sure my moisturizer or my foundation has SPF 15 at least. So I know at least those 2 layers already have that. So I feel at least like, okay, I did my job of trying to protect my skin somewhat.
Yeah. And I was assuming that most of those things that you're talking about is more like the face
Yes.
that you're prepping. So what about the rest of the body?
Ah.
Like, does that have like a routine?
So, so I usually shower at nighttime or morning, depends on how late I stayed up that night.
Yeah.
But after showering, I always moisturize full body, and I'll use again, because I'm more on the dry side, I use products like Curel or Eucerin, which is way more intense in terms of really for dry skin. I also have eczema, and so I have definitely put into my routine since way back to moisturize full body.
Okay.
And that's probably when people say like, "Oh, you have really soft skin." I'd say it probably came from moisturizing. That one I do every day without fail.
Yeah.
In terms of body, but again, not in the morning. I don't like reapply anymore in terms of the body unless it's like after a shower.
Okay.
So the routine is like after a shower, then full body moisturizer, and the moisturizer body lotion I use is definitely like a thicker kind of thing. But in the morning, like maybe my hands, because the hands, you're going out to work, or for me, like people will see my hands.
Yeah.
When I do events, I'm emceeing, so again, you'll see my hands.
Yeah,
I feel like my nails and my hands have to be like nice.
Yeah. So do you use a lot of body moisturizer when you're moisturizing
What's considered
your body?
a lot?
Like, when I think of a lot, I'm thinking like jug, squirt,
Right.
hands full up, do your hands, and then you squirt again, do your legs.
So in terms of my body, I definitely, again, it's subjective when you say it, but it'll be like squirt, I don't know, like a good, let's say between a dime or a nickel or a quarter size pump. And then, but I'm very thorough in terms of like every part of my body. So this will then is the next section. So when I say full body, it would be like full body.
Full body. Okay. All right. So a lot of dimes and nickels all over.
Yeah.
Right?
Definitely.
All right, for sure. So in terms of like, thank you for all the information that you're giving us, because like I'm pretty
That's
sure
so personal.
a lot of people can relate to all of this, right? And you're saying that complexity, the complex nature of all these different products kind of like make it complicated for you to get ready, because you have that limited time and you want to use that time most effective where you don't forget something that's important, right? So if you're supposed to like reflect, is there a moment that you can tell us about where you had a bad experience in skincare?
Like in terms of like, oh, I'm never gonna do that thing again, or like that was a really bad brand or something, or.
Well, you don't have to talk about the brand, right? But you could talk about the experience of like just what had happened that you have learned from, what you would want to share to the audience.
It's really bad because like when I think about it, it's like nothing comes to mind. Not that it's been a perfect journey. I just think I probably represent a lot of those folks who, let's say you are not going to change your routine. You're not going to change what you do until something bad happens.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
So when you've like quit smoking, you're not going to quit smoking until something happens. Which is terrible, right? So I feel like, because I'm like, oh, my skin still looks okay, I still look youthful, that I'm not going to change, never fall asleep and not taking off your makeup thing, right? There's so many people who are they're almost anal about they have to do it, they cannot go to sleep, they cannot unless they do that.
Yeah.
I'm really jealous that they've built that kind of routine.
Yeah.
And for me, I haven't, so I hope to not, oh my god, have these deep wrinkles and then be like, oh, I wish I took care of that.
Yeah.
It's one of those
So you're
things.
saying you don't have any
Nothing
experience
crazy
that you can talk about?
Nothing crazy bad. I mean, but I think about.
What's the first thing that came to mind when you talk about bad skincare experience? What's the first thing?
I guess just learning that the products with alcohol are definitely not good for my skin, because like I said earlier about the feeling like acids literally peeling your skin away, and then my skin gets even drier.
Yeah.
So that's how I knew okay, you definitely can't use those kind of products. So now if I were to choose a product, I have to look at the ingredients and just ensure that It's nothing alcoholic, it's more natural. Same with a lot of like the creams that I use. Like it almost has like it's nothing fancy in that sense. It's just more like, especially for eczema, you just have to be really careful about what products you use.
Yeah.
Even like when I go to those fancy spas, which I go to a lot of those like hotel nice fancy spas, and let's say you're doing a facial, I almost like don't want to go to those because they use a lot of nice products, but sometimes they have alcohol, and I'm like, I don't want that.
Yeah, and
So.
that's one of the things. The cosmetic industry is self-regulated, so if we don't pay attention to the ingredients in these products, then some of these products may be harmful for us, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure about the chemistry background, but how do you find yourself navigating through the ingredients of these products? Is it easy for you? Do you have like Google, like searching up the ingredients?
I'm not that like, maybe not that high tech in terms of like, let me just see. I know for food, you try to be like, if you can't pronounce the words, then it's like not natural and you shouldn't.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure it's like non-alcoholic, or just like checking that it's for sensitive skin.
Mm-hmm.
That's more the case. Oh, something actually came up when you talked, maybe not bad experience, but I remember, it's just a funny story. I don't know culturally, like, if other people have, or are you laughing? Like, I haven't even started yet.
I want to hear.
I've heard about, like, Vaseline,
Yeah.
right? Like, Vaseline has been used or petroleum jelly to be
Yeah.
brand specific.
Yeah.
But, like diaper rash and, like, kids having things.
Yeah.
I just remember, like, so I used to have, when I was a kid, I used to have eczema on my face.
Yeah.
Which is horrible. But
Yeah.
at least when you're a kid, like, you don't, like, the
Yeah.
social pressure, like, you don't really know when you're a kid.
Yeah.
My mom used to slap petroleum jelly all over my face. All over my face.
Yeah.
So if you use petroleum jelly, it's like oily.
Yeah.
It's I had this shiny face going to school, and because you're a girl, you had hair, so it would stick to my face.
Yeah.
And people in school would be like, is there something wrong with you? Like, from afar, it'd be like, did you not wipe your face or mouth after eating or something? So actually, when you say bad experience, it's not really so much the product, but it has to do with the petroleum jelly and how your parents sometimes, like, again, you are at the disposal of what tools you have.
Yeah.
So in their knowledge, they're like, petroleum jelly should do the trick. I'm gonna just slap that onto my kid, send her on her way. And I was horrified, obviously, from that experience, because kids start call you names or making fun of you. I think I had a school picture, school picture day.
Yeah.
Where, like, shiny face, hair a little stuck to the skin, and I'm like, But funny enough, through that experience now growing up, when I know, like, I have really, really dry skin, and I'm like, you know what, I will actually put petroleum jelly on my skin overnight.
Yeah.
And by the morning, it's gone.
Why
overnight? Do it overnight, because when you're resting, it's absorbing it.
Yeah.
And by the morning, it's, like, gone.
So you just wake up to an oily pillow?
No, because I'm sleeping upright. It's fine.
So you sleep upright the entire time?
Pretty much. And
Yeah,
if not,
you
can
don't
wash
change.
the sheets. It's fine. It's just not the same experience as that kid that's going to school with, like, an oily face.
Yeah.
And having people say, like, what's wrong with your face?
Yeah, that makes sense, right? Petroleum jelly is...
It works. It's just maybe apply that at nighttime, not during the day.
Yeah, and that's it. It's more like there's so many ingredients that's available that you could use to help with something like that. And it's funny how it's been commercialized that petroleum jelly is like a go-to product when petroleum jelly is refined petroleum, right? And if it's not, refined properly, it may contain carcinogens, right? So just like, if I'm gonna use, like, petroleum is used for gas, asphalt, making lubricants for machines, and you try to use a byproduct from that to moisturize your skin. It
doesn't make sense,
I'm saying
why'd you have to tell me that? Why'd you have to tell me that and ruin that? It's a childhood thing that your parents passed down to you.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, it's the understanding of, hey, this is what has been traditionally used, maybe because maybe that's what has been marketed to the public at that time, and that's why we need more brands like Norm coming into the space so that people can know that they have better options, and they can know that, hey, maybe this wasn't the best option for your children that have eczema, and you just slap all of that petroleum jelly on your face, and it's just like, hey, I'm not thinking about what's that gonna look like with your hair sticking on and your face looking all shiny and stuff. But more importantly, I'm not even talking about the health risk, right? So when we're talking about our almond balm body butter, one of the main reasons why this exists is because I used to use petroleum jelly. And I was like, why am I using this? Right? And I didn't think about it because I just saw the brand and, I saw a little coconut in there. I was like, okay, it looks like this is for me. But when I look at the ingredients, being a chemist, I was able to be like, this doesn't make any sense. And then I started to make my own products that made sense for myself, which was just all oils. You have different oils that you can use. You have coconut oil, you have shea butter, right? You have, some people use almonds, some people use hazelnut, whatever you want to use, right? Sunflower seed oil. But the whole point is there's all these different oils that are more healthier that you could use. It's just that, you probably don't get the finish that you'd want. So that's why you come to Norm, because we take care of that for you. So we have our body butter here today. This is the first time you're seeing this, I'm guessing.
First time seeing it.
Right. So what I want you to do is give me some feedback about the packaging.
The packaging?
Yeah.
Well, it looks natural because of the wood finish.
Yeah.
Can I touch it?
Yeah, you can touch it. It's like,
right. Well, it's because women, if you didn't know, we like touching products. If you go and buy clothing, same thing. We have to touch all the material.
Yeah.
Men was like, I need a white t-shirt. Buy. Grab the first one, go. Women, we like to touch and feel.
Time for that.
But it feels like premium, right?
It feels premium. So how does it smell? Let me give you a sample. But tell me, how does it smell?
How does it smell? I have that. It's like that bamboo look too. So it reminds me of the spa.
The spa
aesthetic. It smells natural.
Smells natural.
I mean, not super intense. Because there's some that are it smells nice, but then you're like, how is it possible that smells so the vanilla and things things that are super.
So let me give you a little sample, right? So the good thing about Norm is that a little goes a long way, and this can moisturize your entire hand.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
You want to try?
You guys wash this first, This little thing's gonna moisturize my whole hand.
Yeah.
Right.
Tell me.
You know what? I'm gonna take off my rings to ensure. Because you know what I'm afraid of? When he says almond oil or almond balm?
Yeah.
That it might be too oily that I want to get on my rings. So
well, let's see.
You
tell me. Does it work?
Oh, I'm not done yet. Gotta be patient here.
You gotta be patient.
Feels. Me personally, I'd probably use a little more.
You would use a little more.
Only because I don't feel it spread all the way to
Or is it because you don't see it?
No, I don't feel it.
Oh, okay. All right.
I know my senses.
Right. So one of the main things here is that this product is only 3 ingredients. Right?
Oh, okay.
Almonds, hazelnut, and lead sea central for that scent. Now the reason why I say a little goes a long way is because in the industry we can be focused on using a lot because it takes a lot. Most products are water based, so it does take a lot.
Right.
These kind of products is products that you want to have gently over your skin so that when it does absorb, it gives that clean finish. But more importantly, it doesn't feel too oily.
Yes.
Right?
I will say it's not too oily, for sure.
Compared to the petroleum jelly?
Well, you wouldn't put petroleum jelly all over your hands. But
right? Yes. But yeah, so it's the whole thing, we want to give a more commercialized experience for a oil-based product so that you don't have to think that this is something that you have to wear before you get up in the morning because it takes a longer time for it to absorb.
Right.
And just looking at your hands, I'm just like, oh my God, it just feels so soft. Chub. Right? Well, it looks good. I don't know if can you zoom in on these hands right now? No, can't, But definitely.
I think my hands look good, okay? I'm just kidding, okay?
Right. But one of the main things is that we're just trying to give that commercialized experience where individuals can have a better product and as you said, a more simple product that they can use. Because as you talked about eczema, some of our customers with eczema does use this product because it does help lock in moisture and not have them like have excessive oily skin, just to keep that oil in their skin.
Right. But for this balm, like, is this, like, what is this usually meant for? Your face, your hands?
So some of our customers, they use it on their face, they use it on their hands, they use it on their body. They use it wherever works best for them. Some of them use it in their hair, right? It's the whole idea of getting an all natural moisturizer that is like good for you. You know, it keeps you, it gives you the same result without using complicated ingredients. Same or better, right? So you would have to tell me, how would you incorporate this Norm product into your skincare routine, and then let the customers know that, hey, they can do that as well. But just feeling it and looking at it, like, where do you think that you would have tried to use it first?
Probably my hands.
Just your hands?
You know, funny that you say, if you put me on the spot, I'm like, oh, would I put it on my face? I'm like, I would test out. I don't know if I would, like, right away, like, change it to that. Maybe because it's a balm, and I don't usually think balm is, like, for my face.
Yeah.
Or if, like, would you ever have a version that will have SPF 15?
Well, there we go, right? You know, talking about the different things that you'd like to see, and just having that sun blocking feature.
Yeah.
It's like this moisturizer, we find that some of our customers that want that same feature is because we don't think about it really. When we use more water-based product,
Right.
because it's water-based, it leaves your skin dry, right? And then when the sun comes on your skin, then it's just skin
Right.
that is just heating up. So the whole point is that you're more likely to get burned,
Right.
as opposed to have like an oil-based product on your skin. Your skin releases natural oils. So when this oil-based product is on your skin, it's like complementing whatever else is going on there. If you think about like when you're cooking, you know, you put oil in the pan. Why? Right? So you can have that buffer so you can fry the thing without burning it.
Right.
So it's that same thing. When our customers use the product, they find that they don't have to use as many other products that have those different characteristics, simply because the oil helps to protect their skin from the sun ray. What we do plan to
Interesting.
have more products that are catered to different things.
Right.
This is just like our general product that our customers gravitate towards, saying that it has helped them with treating certain conditions compared to the other products on the market. How long do you think this would last you?
How many milliliters? Stereotypical?
30 ml.
30.
Well, this is a small one. We have a bigger one. But how long do you think that small one would last you?
I mean, the way I use my products, they last for a long time. Like,
Saying you're stingy with your products, eh?
no, but I told you how I use them.
Yeah.
But even then, like, you know, I think so, I don't know, like, at least, even though it's 30, I'm like, it could be like a year.
Okay. Well, you know, we definitely want your feedback as you...
Especially if you only, like, take that little at a time.
Well, it's up to you. I was just
I'm
showing
just
you
saying.
how much you could use.
No, like, a lot of my products, like, it will last, like, a long time. Just,
Well,
I don't know how, but, like, yeah.
yeah, we'll definitely...
There's some people, like, their makeup, like, they'll finish in, like, a couple months, and I'm like, oh my god, is it bad that I've used it for a year? And, like, you know, people are like, no, that's, like, terrible. But,
Yeah.
actually, I do have, I guess, feedback or a question. Do these products come always, like, for example, the balm, like, in this kind of container?
So far, this product comes in that container.
Because it's a balm?
Well,
Or-
based on keeping the brand consistency.
Because I wanted to share, I don't know if it's an insight or something, like for me, there are certain products based on how the container, like basically from how I use it in the container. So for women, especially, these are real nails, but like we have like long nails. When I have to, like, how I take the product, that's why I like pump form, or there's the ones where it's like you do pump it, it comes out the top. I don't
Yeah.
know what that thing is called.
Yeah.
Like my moisture has that mechanism.
Yeah.
Because when I have to, like when you have long nails and you have to do that into the container, it actually just gets into the nail, and I spend more time just like trying to get it out of my nails, or those other. I know a lot of people use Body Shop and like the body butter, whatever they called, that smell good. But again, because I have to go in there, it also feels like, and again, if your hands aren't clean or something, you try to share it with somebody, you know what I mean? Especially pandemic, right? It's but that just, to me, doesn't, I feel it's like I spend more time just getting the product out of my nails instead of onto your skin, right? And so anyways, that was just like one thing where I'm like, I wish more companies think about that insight, because women, let's face it, women are the ones who are, men, it's fine, you don't have the long nails, but like for us,
so the product has to be nail friendly, is what you're saying. Yeah. All right.
Right? That's why like I know a lot of products over time change their packaging, again, for ease of the convenience of, like, think about even toothpaste now, like how the different forms are. So just thought I'd add that insight.
Well, definitely thank you. And these are the feedback that we need to help our customers be able to have a better user experience when it comes on to that body moisturizer or whatever product that we decide to release.
Again, because of the busy person, if I have to spend more time like getting out of my nails instead of onto my skin, I'll be like, I don't want to use that product.
All right. Well, thank you for all the information that you've been providing to us today. And it's like, in the audience, if these are contents that you like our page and subscribe for sure. Give a shout out to Andrea, because she's awesome. She definitely gave you guys some tips about that petroleum jelly and the dating, right? So if you need to, if you're single or you're about to become single,
and you should have good skin to be more dateable, right? This is a great partnership,
right? So definitely you can hit her up. We're gonna put all her information there where you can contact her. But more importantly, thank you for watching and learning a little bit more about the skincare industry, because our aim is to help as many people as possible have better and healthier skin. And if we can help one more person, then we're one step closer towards our goal. So we want to start with Andrea today, right? Teach her a little bit more about the things that she probably already knew, and new things that we can learn along the way. So, definitely thank you, and, hope to see you next week, or I should say at the next episode. We can have more people that we can talk to and get more insights to share with the audience. So thank you for coming out as well.
Thanks for having me.
Big up.